As communities across Ontario deal with soaring housing costs, much of the election conversation has involved current and aspiring homeowners. But what specifically is being done to help renters? We took that question to the parties.
Being a tenant right now is like we feel like we're abandoned.
Alejandro Ruiz Vargas at the renters advocacy organization Acorn, not mincing words when it comes to provincial government actions to protect tenants.
We have not been fair with renters. Renters are the ones who serve your coffee in the morning. Renters are the one who cleans the city. Renters are the frontline workers.
In Toronto, no shortage of renters. Canada's Affordable Housing Agency said in October there were at least 265,000 private apartment units alone. The average price for a one-bedroom in Toronto, almost $1,450. A two-bedroom, a little over $1,700. Ruiz Vargas said the PC government's decision to lift rent control on new units set up after 2018 is making life increasingly difficult for renters. Other long-standing issues include so-called rent evictions, a lack of new social housing, co-ops, and purpose-built apartments, not enough rental allowances for people receiving disability support, unfair bidding processes, and buildings falling into disrepair.
The lack of respect is unbelievable. Call your superintendent and you see what they answer, because they know, oh, you don't like it? Who knows? And it's like the Wild West here in Toronto.
The four major political parties have pledged to build 1.5 million homes, but City News contacted all to ask what they do for renters and what they'll do to help protect against evictions, boost apartment supply, and address rent increases. The PCs boast construction on 11,000 rental units across Ontario since 2020 and said they've moved to increase tenant protections. Their 2022 pre-election budget promised $19 million to address landlord and tenant board backlogs, legislation to make it easier to build community housing and to invest in it, and streamlining development approvals. NDP officials say they'll bring back rent control for all buildings. They also have plans for vacancy rules, a portable housing benefit, and protections for tenants forced out in rent evictions. The New Democrats also want to get at least 250,000 affordable rental homes built. The Greens propose building 182,000 affordable rental homes, a portable housing benefit, strengthening rules for rent evictions, and starting pilot projects for co-housing, tiny, and rent-to-own homes. They would also bring back rent control for all units and on rent increases between tenancies. As for the Liberals, they didn't respond to our request, but the party's platform outlines promises to bring rent control to all buildings, create a legal framework for rent-to-own agreements, boost funding for the landlord and tenant board, and improve repair standards. Meanwhile, Ruiz Vargas says there's room for all to do better on housing.
We need more boldness. We need to really do housing #1 priority.
For more on the platform promises, head to citynews.ca. In Toronto, Nick Westoll, City News.